Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again with episode number 25 of the Chelsea career mode here on Xbox One, and we're starting this one straight back in Premier League action. We're trying to chase down Manchester City at the top of the table. They do have a very handsome lead on us at present, but the title definitely isn't gone as we speak. So we're coming into this one, as you can see, 12 points clear of, or 12 points shy rather, of Manchester City with 6 games to go. So we definitely need to win every single game if we want to stand a chance of winning that title. But Oscar comes so close to putting us 1-0 up here. Lovely finesse shot, and unfortunately just whistles wide of that far post. Then Frank Lampard's going to draw a good save out of the goalkeeper. I think they actually were playing Shea Given. Yeah, they were playing Shea Given in this one. Not really too sure where Brad Guzan is, but we are actually going to have another chance from the corner. Up goes Branislav Ivanovic, and it comes back off the bar this time. So we're getting very, very close to putting ourselves into the lead in the early stages. We're going to have another chance inside the opening 20 minutes or so. Michael Essien lays it back to Willian. He's got men over on the far side. Kevin De Bruyne's in. I probably should have taken that an extra step on and just made sure that it hit the back of the net rather than hitting it first time, because Shea Given made another comfortable save. But they were on the attack here, had a corner. Both players went up for the ball. Gary Cahill battling with one of their players in the box, and as you'll be able to see from the chance, he heads it against his arm. It only brushes Cahill's arm, but it was enough for the referee to deem it handball, give them a penalty, and Christian Benteke absolutely does me with a dummy shuffle, puts the penalty the wrong way, or the right way. I go the wrong way rather, and they actually go 1-0 up after our opening dominance. So I needed to get myself back in the game in the second half, and we tried to do just that through Frank Lampard here. Diego Costa playing the ball round the corner, another decent shot. Unfortunately, Frank just doesn't have the pace to get away from those defenders if he gets in behind, and there was a bit of pressure on his shoulder and he wasn't able to get a decent enough shot away. But Diego Costa is going to shuffle the ball from right to left, outside of the right foot shot, right into that top left hand corner. It's good enough from him to get us back in the game, but I've been so disappointed with the growth of him so far in this career mode series. I genuinely am. I'm 90% sure that I'm actually going to get rid of him in the summer if I possibly can, with Romelu Lukaku coming back in. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that later on in the series. But we're actually only going to pick up a draw from that one against Aston Villa. We've got no time to react to that. We need to pick ourselves back up because we've got an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, of course, against Arsenal. We've got a full first team out for this one, and it's really going to be a difficult game. Arsenal beat us earlier on in the season at the Emirates, and in fact our next game in the league is Arsenal at home. So it's kind of a tester for that, but this one is definitely more important. Semi-final of the FA Cup at Wembley. Newcastle versus QPR is the other semi, interestingly. QPR knocked out Manchester United in the quarter-final, so that is a massive game for them up against Newcastle. A trip to Wembley in the Cup semi-final is definitely something to savour for teams of that size, although I guess that's kind of a little bit disrespectful. But nonetheless, being a Chelsea fan, QPR aren't necessarily very high on my teams I like to praise list. But David Luiz with a huge mistake there, trying to head the ball clear, just completely missed it. And fortunately, Aaron Ramsey's wasteful with the shot. Petr Cech with a good save, down to his right hand side, just stretches across to get it clear. And we live through that mistake. But Arturo Vidal's trying to find a bit of space. See how compact that Arsenal midfield four is there. I constantly had to look out wide for chances. Sherwood obviously put the ball into the back of the net earlier on and was offside. You'll have seen that clip a little bit earlier. I was kind of mid-flow and didn't commentate on it. But we also had another chance there, whipped in cross that goalkeeper made a good save, and then it's actually Arsenal pushing down the wide sides this time as opposed to the non-wide sides. I clearly don't even know what I'm talking about, but again we're fortunate to get away with it. The ball dropped on the line, and fortunately for us, it was able to get cleared by the defender. But we went in at half-time at 0-0, and it was definitely one of the most boring second halves I have actually ever played of career mode on any FIFA ever. The only chance came in the second half here, with Fernando Torres breaking through 92nd minute, and I do not know how he's managed to put that wide. The chance to snatch it, just like we did against Manchester City with Oscar's goal off the post. Oh, so close. It's so close. Koscielny just stuck a leg out, and unfortunately that might have put him off, and he put the ball wide. So, of course, rather than a replay in an FA Cup semi-final, it does go to extra time. Eden Hazard breaking down the right-hand side as we're into the second half of extra time, actually. Juan Mata into Torres. David Luiz on the way through. Chance to steal it again. And this time, Wojciech Szczesny makes another good save to keep us out. With just a couple of minutes later, Andre Schürrle is going to try and whip one, just like he did against Marseille. This time, again, Wojciech Szczesny makes another good save. Eden Hazard is going to take the corner. In it comes. Up goes Rafael Varane. deflected off the defender. We're going to get another chance. The pressure is building here. It is wave after wave of blue attack. Hazard whips the ball in again. Up goes David Luiz. Can't get the shot away. Schürrle's up. Juan Mata on the volley. Bottom post. No. Just wide of that far post. And the chance goes a begging yet again. And then into second half stoppage time in extra time. Arsenal with the chance to steal it now. Lucas Podolski with a shot. Good save by Petr Cech. Mesut Özil on the rebound. Is he going to cross it back in? Are Arsenal going to steal it? No, they are not. We're able to hold out. As you can see, plenty of chances, but a lot of that came in either the first half or the second half of extra time. And as you can see, going to penalties, but we've got a lot of decent penalty takers, better than Arsenal. So we are hoping to be able to pick up a win on penalties. I sped up the first few because it went past the initial 5. But as you can see, we missed the first, they missed the first. We're able to make a save. And I'm not very good at penalties, I have to be completely honest. But Eden Hazard hasn't missed a penalty for us all year, as far as I can remember. And every time he does seem to take a penalty, he smashes it right into the top corner. So he's definitely my go-to penalty taker other than Frank Lampard. Schürrle pops his away. So at present we're 2-1 up with them to take their third. And unfortunately Aaron Ramsey, even though Petr Cech goes the right way, he is able to put it into the back of the net. David Luiz does have a very, very good penalty on him. Wasn't the best actually when I took it in the end. But keeper just wasn't able to get anywhere near it. Zeko, what a pen into that top left-hand corner. With 3-3 after 4 penalties each. Fernando Torres right into the top left as well, taking a leaf out of Edin Dzeko's book. So if Thomas Vermaelen misses, we win 4-3 on penalties. Nope, not a chance. That is a spectacular penalty from the Belgian. Absolutely superb into that top left-hand corner. So Ashley Cole's coming up, and of course he put his penalty for England against Italy in the Euro to 2012 down in that right-hand corner. It was saved, but he replicates the result of his penalty from the Champions League final against Bayern Munich. Down to that right-hand corner, into the back of the net. Gnabry's gonna miss his penalty. Petr Cech is the hero yet again in a penalty shootout for Chelsea Football Club. We are going to progress through to the FA Cup final. Now, of course, we already won the Capital One Cup final, and now we're going to have a chance to win the FA Cup as well with a final against Newcastle. So they were actually the first team to beat us this season in the league, rather. So it's definitely going to be a difficult game. Their game went to penalties as well, and also ended up 5-4 on pens. So QPR just missing out, but we are going to face Newcastle in the FA Cup final. That will come up as a live comment a little bit later in the series, but the next game is yet another semi-final. This time it's the first leg of the double-header against Juventus. We're playing away from home in Italy, and because this game was literally, I think, 2 days after that game against Arsenal, it was Sunday to Tuesday or something silly like that. Unfortunately, we haven't to play a complete rotation side, so it was going to be a dull game in Juventus. It was going to be a case of us holding onto the ball, and stereotypically Italian teams aren't very attacking anyway. So Bayern Munich, obviously, as you can see, playing Barcelona in the other semi-final. So regardless of who gets through, the final is going to be a massive game. 4 of the biggest teams in European football playing in the 2 semi-finals. Tevez is going to run down the left-hand side. Just a couple of minutes in, Mirko Vucinic wins the header, but fortunately it goes straight at Mark Schwartz, and we're able to keep ourselves at 0-0. Pushing a few minutes later though, Sami Eto's breaking free. I actually played Sami Eto on the left here for small portions of the game because Juve were playing 3 at the back, so I needed that extra little bit of pace out wide, and of course Kevin De Bruyne can't offer that. So decent shot from Sami Eto, but unfortunately he just hooked his shot wide, and Martin Caceres was unfortunately for them injured in that move. Then 15 minutes in, Frank Lampard draws another good save out of Gianluigi Buffon, and unfortunately we're actually pushing on towards the end of the first half before the next chance is going to come. Kevin De Bruyne into Essien. Oscar's going to make the run. Checks back inside the defender. Lovely ball from Essien. Finds Oscar back of the net. Chelsea 1, Juventus 0 in a semi-final. Not only is it a 1-0 lead, it's an away goal as well. That could be crucial. We obviously had to rely on away goals to beat Real Madrid to get through in the previous round. Not the previous round, we beat Marseille 6-4 in the previous round. In the round of 16, we relied on away goals to get through against Real Madrid. And that goal could be absolutely crucial as we head back to Stamford Bridge for the second leg. Wonderful strike though from Oscar. He doesn't score too many for us this season, but that is a very, very important one. And as you can see, we're now into the 92nd minute. And unfortunately for Juve, nothing came of it. And again, it was a very, very poor second half. As we said, stereotypically, Italian teams are particularly defensive. And despite going 1-0 down, they still stayed on the back foot, passing the ball about, keeping possession, rather than trying to, throw caution to the wind and get themselves back into the game. So maybe they're just trying to hold that 1-0 game and push towards the second leg. We'll have to wait and see. But as you can see, the game against Arsenal is coming up in the Premier League, and unfortunately, apparently, our job was under threat. course, we drew against Aston Villa in the last game, and in the previous episode, despite beating Swansea, we did lose to Stoke, having had Petr Cech sent off. Apparently, my position was a little bit under threat, but we had a message from the board to say that they're satisfied with the quality of football we're producing from the team. So fortunately, they consider me an invaluable member of the Chelsea family. So, despite winning the Capital One Cup final, getting to the FA Cup final, being in the semi-finals of the Champions League and second in the Premier League, we find ourselves apparently under threat at Chelsea. Thank you, Roman Abramovich. But anyway, we appear to have the backing of the board for now, so we're going to push into the next episode, which will be coming to tomorrow, of course. Feel free to leave the video a like if you could be so kind. That would be absolutely wonderful. If you aren't subscribed to the channel, then feel free to do so. There will be a link on screen over that subscribe button and a link in the description down below to do so. And if you missed the previous episode from last Friday, there's an annotation on screen over that snippet of gameplay just there, so that you can head to that video and check that out as well. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.